Connected universes.
Ooh, connected universes.
Can we get connected?
Listen, I mean, Cosmere. We're not gonna.
It's the obvious modern answer, but it's really true.
But
really
is that not like a huge contributing factor to a success? Because it makes people want to invest in other books. Like it's not a good initial.
I need context.
Cosmere. Sorry, that is Brandon Sanderson's
fantasy world,
fantasy universe. Yeah.
Okay, I need context on what you mean by connected universes. What is this pertaining to?
Different pieces of media that seem that are not directly correlated, but are still interconnected with some underlying aspects.
So
the MCU, the interconnect, Chaos and
Stephen King's Castle Rock.
I was going to say Stephen King. Yeah.
Okay, now we got it.
Michael Moorcock, that whole thing.
Yeah. I mean, Stephen King's another one too. Like I feel like a lot of people
everybody needs a little more.
Until Needful Things. Yeah. Until Needful Things, almost every novel that he wrote was inside of the Castle Rock universe. Needful Things, Stephen King decided, I'm blowing it up. And actually, it would be pretty good film.
Well, people want to invest into a universe. I feel like that's a thing, right? And
only if the individual pieces are good. If they're not, nobody cares.
That's true. I mean, obviously, you can't start with that premise, like, I'm going to just build a giant universe. But
Bats, I could have gone my whole life without just imagining the word bulge seared to the back of my eyelids.
With David Bowie.
But, I mean, there is a whole thing, like, if you do, like, you can even start that planning that from the beginning, because, like, if you do it similar to how Brandon Sanderson has done it, like, your books don't necessarily rely on the other books
until you get
work.
to some of the later ones.
Yeah, but he already he already had his success at that point, so it was a shoo-in at that point. And then it was just a plus. So what I'm saying is like having, like, if you're saying like, hey, this book is a part of a trilogy, right? I'm like, well, then the first book, if that's not successful, guess what? The third one ain't. But if you have a shared universe, your first book can suck. And then the second book that stands on its own, but hey, they share a universe, then like that could still be successful because they don't have to touch the first one that apparently sucks.
No one has to touch anything unless they want to,
except for the like button. Touch that.
I'm confused.
Yes.
Molest the like button, ladies and gentlemen. I give you permission.
Caress it.
You're confused with shared universe.
I want that like button to in 20 years come out and say, this person touched me. That's what I want.
Wait, Bontra, are you still confused on the premise, or?
Yeah, I'm just like, okay, so why is Brandon Sanderson being brought up when this has been something that's been going on since
a big example.
Because he's the best modern example of it.
Yes, yeah,
easily the best. Not even close.
As far as
no, Bontra, he is undeniable.
Yeah.
He. I just read his 50th published novel recently. His 50th.
I've never read a word he's written.
Oh, okay.
Oh, well, you're missing out.
I've read a word.
No, I'm not. I don't really like fantasy that much. I'm more of a sci-fi author, believe it or not.
Well, I mean, his has a great mix.
Despite having a fantasy series out,
wait, he has sci-fi.
Definitely not.
He does have sci-fi.
He has sci-fi. It's good. He has good sci-fi series.
Oh, yeah.
He has a lot of books.
And
not all of his books are in the shared universe.
Not all. The Name of the Wind either, Pancho.
Yeah. I mean, okay.
Stuck in it. It's stuck in.
What is it?
For a while. It's not like the Name of the Wind either, where you're just like trapped for a while because it's such a thick book.
Name of the Wind. I really like Name of the Wind, but I understand when people don't like it. Shut up.
I've never heard
you
of it.
Fat little blubbery seal. I don't want to hear it.
He is a unicorn.
Clean shaven.
Rothfuss.
Butter swimming.
Patrick Rothfuss.
I lost.
Never heard of him.
Oh, okay.
He sucks. You don't need to hear about him.
He wrote one book and it's made his entire career. Then he wrote another book that was also quite good. And then it's been like people have waited longer for his sequel than for Winds of Winter.
Yeah, that's saying
which is a long.
He scammed a charity,
which is too bad. I really like.
That's worse than Martin. That's worse than Gurm. Gurm just says stuff, and then everybody's like, "Boo." That's all that happens with him.
And he actually produces different stuff.
He does write still. He just isn't writing.
He's like, "Hey guys, we're working on 7 more TV shows." And we're like, boo, do it accurately, boo. Hey guys,
I'm gonna take a bash in my money.
Is that really how he sounds?
I don't know.
Not even close.
Oh.
Well, actually, Not that far off.
Wait, who are we doing?
George R.R. Martin.
Railroad Martin.
Well, he kind of does talk like this. Yeah, actually,
This is
pretty close to how he sounds when he talks. Have you heard him explain his books?
Martin.
You started off good and then you drifted off.
Shut up.
Yeah.
I only know of him by reputation.
Yeah.
So.
What do you read, Boncher?
Yeah,
Science
what do you?
fiction and detective fiction mostly.
No fan?
Mostly my own stuff
You
because
wrote
I don't
a
have time.
fantasy book series and you don't read fantasy.
Do you have any connected
Nuts.
universes?
Yeah, you got any connected universes?
Dream Nebula and a Kinawazi Saga. Both of mine are technically
Sick.
This is
Okay.
this is more here, but
Oh,
yeah, this
I
is
got you.
more what
I got you.
I read. A lot of classic pulp.
Oh, guys, it's
That
explicit. It's XXX. Steam and Steel.
Yeah. Let's see. If you want to know something else that I like to read, this is probably my favorite hard-boiled detective, Andrew Vax, his Burke series.
False allegations.
This one is, let's put it this way. When people saw Sound of Freedom for the first time and they were all shocked at all the terrible stuff, he's been writing about that stuff since the 1980s and doing it far better than that movie ever did.
Sick.
So, and I'll tell you, it will teach you a lot of what evil is going on in the world, because that's what he devoted his life to. He passed away he passed away during the pandemic. So,
Was that also shared universe?
actually, yes, it was. He had 2 book series in that: the Burke series, where his detective actually aged every book, and then he did one called
What, you don't like my walrus?
oh, he did
You ever
another
see-
one
you
about
ever see
a
Puss?
man called Ghost. That was sort of a freelance.
I was just making a joke, asking if
sorry.
the child predator books are.
Otherwise, I am a big fan.
Shared
It's a
universe.
connected- it's a share.
I got to meet. Will
It's the
McCarthy,
Epstein
Liberty
Chronicles.
Oh
So-
God.
The crust of the moon.
I guess. Listen, I think the point is, I don't think there's any real negative to making a shared universe. for
Yes,
your
there
books.
is. If you do a very bad job, look at the MCU was good, and now look at it. Its interconnected aspect is actually one of the worst things about it now, because all these shit films are tied together into one big shit sandwich.
Yeah, but you could still go back and watch the old ones. And not to mention, all that means is the shared universe is dead. They can make a new universe.
I'm learning the hard way that you can't pants your way through a shared universe. That is one thing that is painfully apparent writing.
No.
And now I'm on book 3, I'm book 3 of a trilogy in my Kinawazi saga, and going, oh God, how am I going to get myself out of this mess?
Right.
It's like boring or.
No, it's a case of I have to do some more research on some things. I'm about 30% into book 4, which is the 3rd book in the trilogy. Yes, I have a prequel, and then I sat there going, I sort of hit a point in 2 of the main plot lines, going, well, crap, I don't know enough about these characters, and I've been stuck on them. I hate that fact, and that's because I pantsed my way. I didn't plot it because I can't plot very well.
Without spoilers. Am I going to be satisfied after 3 books, or am I going to be asking? I need another book to.
You're going to be throttling me, saying, "Get this done."
That's your wife's job. I'll let her do
trust me,
that.
she
I hear. Wait, doesn't Highlander share the universe with
Braveheart.
Herman,
Braveheart?
stop putting lies into their heads.
That was
How
my
dare
claim.
you?
Yeah, I claim that. Yeah, Highlander and Braveheart were shared.
Oh, was that just you making
A lie is what it was.
I was having fun, man.
Oh, I thought you like read it. You usually do research on the show, so I'm like, oh, weird, interesting.
That's
No,
how it
that's
works.
how it
It's called boiling the frog. It's called boiling the frog, Bats, and then.
But I bet he's in.
then all the
Braveheart
laws are
same
different.
way, Princess Rapunzel's in Frozen. I bet it's like that.
Except
One frame, like that guy's wearing the same outfit.
It's Rapunzel.
Yeah, Willow, a really great film with full of like interesting
Substance.
values and fun storytelling, followed by another film.
So here's
Well, okay.
another fun Here's a fun shared universe that most people forget, and that is the Aliens and Predator universe.
I said that
Oh, you
Yeah.
did? I missed
I
it.
did,
Yeah.
I missed it too. Yeah. So I mean, did that help Alien and Predator? Did it hurt it?
The bad writing is what hurt it.
Yeah, exactly. I think that if anything,
The idea was cool as shit. We all agreed.
And it was done on a lark on the filming of Predator 2. They needed alien skulls, and somebody said, "Hey, can we grab this out of the prop warehouse from 20th Century Fox?" And they just sort of said, "Sure, why not?" And they wheeled it in there. And I remember watching Predator 2 in the theater opening weekend. And that you see that wall of alien skulls, and then you see an alien skull, and just the entire audience.
It was
gasped.
cool.
Yeah.
It was the most epic reveal of a shared universe ever. It was like, yeah.
So great idea. Shared universes can be awesome. It's why like a lot of people have them, right? But more importantly, it would have benefited from giving that to like Spielberg or something, right? Like,
well, no, because like they're great people. Like it. The problem is, to have a shared universe, you need to have people in charge of continuity, and you need to make sure that, like a shared universe is great. You can have this thing that's like this, and then this thing that's very different, but the shared aspect has to be very closely monitored. Otherwise, it's going to be either like frivolous or at worst not make any sense at all.
Okay, you nailed it right there, and I can give you an example of one of the best shared universes, but it's limited in time, and that is Marvel under the executive editorship of Mark Grunwald, Jim Shooter, and Tom DeFalco. Those three guys, right in a row, did some of the best jobs managing the sandbox of up to 50 books at one time, and making sure no creator stepped on another, went kicking over anybody else's sandboxes, got everybody to play nice. The only thing that started falling apart is that when these men, they actually had a good vision for keeping track of this stuff. They kind of, once they got moved out, they started forgetting. People forgot, you can't do this stuff. And you ended up with Marvel of the 90s. God help us.
Right.
There can only be half.
You and I saw that at the exact same time, and we both were trying to keep it together.
So they're making Willow Highlander shared universe jokes.
Yeah.
There can only be half. Holy crap!
I heard Blade Runner also shares the Alien universe.
I don't know if Herman bought that Soldier and Blade Runner. I don't know if that's true. I thought that might have been when I saw Blade Runner 2049.
That, I didn't know.
And I saw the garbage ships, but then I saw a clip from Soldier, and it's like, nope, different design. Similar idea, different design.
That's where most people link it, is like the ship design, and then I think there's actually like the corporation. I think it's like the Wayland Corporation or something like that.
Well, that would link it to Alien.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Alien and Blade Runner.
Soldier and Alien could be together now.
I've never seen Soldier.
The guy who wrote it called it a side sequel spinoff.
Are you talking about Universal Soldier or something completely different?
No,
So
there's a
spinoff.
stars Kurt Russell. Kurt Russell
Rust?
stars as sort of a bioengineered soldier that gets obsoleted by a new model, and so he gets dumped on a garbage planet, which actually has.
That sounds awesome. Why have I not seen it?
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Also, the big bad guy. The big bad guy is done by Isaac. No. He played Captain Hook and he played Captain Hook
Dustin
in one of the
Hoffman?
Peter Pan films. No. And something. Isaac something or other. Oh, he's the nasty lieutenant in The Patriot. That's killed the
Isaac Calhoun or whatever. It's not that, but it's like that.
Yeah, Isaac something or other. I can't remember. He's in it, and Gary Busey plays his top sergeant, who goes Gary Busey on the place.
Definitely gonna. I'm definitely gonna add this to this. Hopefully, it shows up in one of our polls.
Soldier is a lot of fun. Jason Isaacs, thank you.
Yeah.
But so with shared universes, I do kind of tie that up. Just saying that, like, it really feels that it's nothing, but it's a plus. It adds something to your story writing. So it's kind of like, I mean, it's a lot of work
high
to
risk,
think about.
It's a high risk, potentially high reward system.
And it's also low. Like, as far as anything else, it's kind of low risk because.
That's what I was going to say.
No, because it can, like, because you can. I'm
not saying there isn't risk.
relatively low
Yeah,
risk.
but like even so, you can even do the thing where you like you plan to connect them, and then like part of it is so bad you're just like, oh, actually that's not part of the universe. It's a collection of Highlanders showing.
I saw that too.
Oh god! I think the only way they could get worse if they cross universe with Time Bandits. And no, the remake does not exist.
I just bought that. I haven't watched it yet.
You know the universe that should have been shared. Twilight and Blade. That would have made those movies tolerable.
Yeah.
Bambo has the T-shirt, and then Buffy staked Edward. The end.
Yeah,
I think another
Those Buffy and Blade.
idea with shared universe is like to try to do it with other authors. Obviously, the risk becomes a lot higher then because working with people not always the best, and you could have falling outs, and then whatever happens with licensing if you even get that far. But I mean, if you're attacking thing from now you're attacking something from two different sides. You double the effort, maybe double the whatever. So that to me is more of like a high reward, high risk, right? Because it business dealings with people.
well, like there's some people
tricky.
like Child and what's his face?
Lee Child.
Yeah, they always write books together. Like
Okay.
always.
I got something to toss out.
Low risk.
I got something to toss out for you then. One of the small publishers, well, he's up and coming. Chris Kennedy Publishing is the ones that are doing the what's called the Four Horsemen universe. So if you want non-battle tech, stompy mecha military sci-fi, the Four Horsemen universe, they got like 100 books out in that series, all done originally by Mark Wandry, and then they brought in a whole bunch of other authors, and they've been doing trilogies, rapid release of these books in a shared universe for the Four Horsemen universe. Fantasy actually has their big fan club banquet where everybody shows up in garb from that universe, and a lot of those people have been Tuckerized into the books, so a lot of fans get made into characters that may or may not have survived.
I always thought that was a cool idea. Yeah.
Yep. I've only Tuckerized one person.
I've had it happen to me once or twice now, only in minor ways. Maji made me an evil water spirit, which is nice. She's like, I made your character, and I'm reading, I'm like, you made me an asshole. She's like, yeah.
That's what it says on the tin of spam.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm an evil water spirit. I require payments for the bargain. Spam. We have spam.
Spammity spam.
You just watched a clip from the Iron Seas podcast. Make sure to like this, subscribe, it helps us out a little bit, and please catch the show live at 9:30 Eastern every Tuesday.